Evil Dead, the game. It is a PvP and co-op multiplayer action with a famous guy with a chainsaw instead of his hand. Let's find out if it's any good. You are going to step into the shoes of Ash Williams or his friends from the iconic Evil Dead franchise and work together in a mix of Dead by Daylight and PUBG. The game, now 6 months after its initial release, offers a lot of different modes including single player missions, but the core of this game lies in two kinds of gameplay, and that is to be either the hunter or to be hunted. If you play as a survivor, you will enter a pretty big map in a third-person view, and your team of 4 will start exploring, looting, managing your fear, and finding key items to seal the breach between worlds. Each character can hold one melee and one fire weapon together with medikits or other useful items to level up your skills while playing. You are going to find a lot of chests to loot for better equipment, items or ammunition. But you are not alone. The map is filled with demons and something is controlling them. If you decide to play as Skandarian demon, you get to choose 3 different types: Warlord, Puppeteer or Necromancer, each with a different army and skills. Once you enter a map as a demon, you are in a first-person view where you basically fast levitate over the terrain and survivors can't see you. Yet they can feel your presence or hear you when you go through wooden fence or bump into metal items. Across the map you see the objectives that survivors look for, hear them when they make noise exploring the map, and more importantly, you see points of traps and mana which you collect to take control of demons in a physical form or places to summon them. As the matches progresses, you are getting stronger and deadlier. There are many interesting elements like cars to travel faster through the map, as each multiplayer match is limited to 30 minutes, or jump scares where you enter survivor as a demon and scare them. There is a high learning curve as there are too many things to be aware of while playing the game from any side. Luckily there is a tutorial for both survivor and demon, as well as AI control matches so you can practice before you play with real players. But that's enough now with explaining, and let's go to our main question of this video, which is: should you play it? But before we go any further, you should know that this game is free to claim for a whole week starting from 17th of November from Epic Games Store, only 6 months after game released. So it's a pretty big deal, and if you don't want to miss these kind of news about free games, consider subscribing. First, let's go to single player part of the game, as it is quite annoying to play, yet in order to unlock some characters you need to finish quite difficult single player missions. So if you are here as someone looking for a good single player experience, I advise you to look somewhere else. I really thought this would be another Dead by Daylight clone, but it is so much more. The maps are huge, and I enjoyed playing as a demon much more, as it is the great dungeon master experience when you give health to survivors, mostly indirectly. I'm pretty sure some people will enjoy to play more as survivors, and that's totally fine, as it is quite intensive experience, especially thanks to the great in-game sounds and the well done horror movie atmosphere. The fear meter and flashlight mechanics are great addition to the game as well. As for cons, characters seriously need jumping. Sometimes they got stuck on tiny rock and uneven terrain, and while driving a car you get also stuck on any tree. The game didn't run very smoothly for me until I set everything to medium except anti-aliasing. You can check system records of my PC in the description to see if it's any close to yours. Also, survivors feels like Terminators. They can take ridiculous number of shots and overall damage, and they can also heal themselves. I wish it would be less of a Terminator style game and more of a horror one with less number of enemies but deadlier ones, but I had so much fun as playing as a demon that it is definitely yes from me, and I put this game to my personal list of well done games based on movie adaptations. I mentioned Dead by Daylight several times in the video, so if you are not familiar with the game, you should watch our review next to see if perhaps the game would suit you even better. And with that, claim the game while it's free and see you next time.